Om.
ॐ भद्रं कर्णेभिः शृणुयाम देवाः भद्रं पश्येमाक्षभिर्यजत्राः स्थिरैरङ्गैः सुष्ठुवागुंसस्तनूभिः व्यशेम देवहितं यदायुः स्वस्ति न इन्द्रो वृद्धश्रवाः स्वस्ति नः पूषा विश्ववेदाः स्वस्ति नस्तार्क्ष्यो अरिष्ठनेमिः स्वस्ति नो बृहस्पतिर्दधातु ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः।
Volume is low.
प्रज्ञानां शुप्रतानैः स्थिरचरनिकर व्यापिभिर्व्याप्य लोकान् भुक्त्वा भोगांस्तविष्ठान् पुनरपि धिषणोद् भासितान् कामजन्यान् पीत्वा सर्वान् विशेषान् स्वपिति मधुरभुङ् मायया भोजयन्नः माया सङ्ख्यातुरीयं परममृतमजं ब्रह्म यत्तन्नतोऽस्मि यो विश्वात्मा विदिज विषयान् प्राश्य भोगांस्तविष्ठान् पश्चाचान्यान् स्वमतिविभवान् ज्योतिषा स्वेन सूक्ष्मान् सर्वानेतान् पुनरपि शनैः स्वात्मनि स्थापयित्वा हित्वा सर्वान् विशेषान् विगतगुणगणः पात्वसौ नस्तुरीयः।
Mandukya Karika, Chapter 4, Alata Shanti Prakarana. In this Prakarana, chapter, Gaudapadacharya, having shown the defects in other all schools of thoughts, or those things which say that there is truly Dvaita Jagat, dualistic world, having shown their defects and also having established that the Advaita Tattva, the non-dual nature of ultimate reality, Atma, Brahma, is totally free from all such defects. And that knowledge of Advaita Atma, Advaita Brahma, non-dual Atma Brahma, that Chaitanya, the homogeneous, all-pervasive, ever-existent, avikriya, non-changing, Chaitanya and Chaitanya alone is there, even when seemingly there appears to be creation. In reality, there is no creation, there is no jiva, all that is that there is no jagat, all that is there is one all-pervasive Chaitanya and Chaitanya alone. Now, to conclude this topic from Karika 87 onwards, Gaudapadacharya is just summarizing the prakriya, the mode of teaching in terms of, that is, the analysis of three states of consciousness that was done in Mandukya Upanishad. So to show that what is so far established is not just a conjecture of human intellect, as it happens in the case of Tarkikas, etc., but it is something which is Vedanta Pramana Gamyam, which can be known through the highest means of knowledge, Vedanta, and therefore it is Sarvatrikanubhavarudham. It is a truth that is available for the aparoksha anubhava, the direct experience of one and all, provided the mind is properly tuned. And the tuning of the mind is not to create some new experience. The tuning of the mind is to eliminate all obstructions that deny us the true nature of ourselves, which is self-knowing principle, self-experiencing principle, and yet, because of these obstructions, we are not aware of it. When, as told in the Vedanta Shastra, these obstructions mainly centered in the mind are removed, what remains is the Anubhava Swarupa Atma, the self-experiencing principle, the self-knowing principle, without the hitherto triputi, experiencer, experienced, and experience and the experienced. Experience stands for antakarana vritti. Knower, knowledge, knowledge vritti, and the known. Without this, all that remains is our swarupa. Truly speaking, at the final lap of Atma Jnana, Brahma Jnana, the only pramana is the self-luminous, self-evident, Swayam Jyoti, Swaprakasha, Anubhava Swarupa, Nepti Swarupa, Atma only. All other pramanas, including Vedanta, stops by ending that ignorance through the means of Atmakara, Brahmakara, Akhandakara, Vritti, wherein Pramata, the knower, hitherto imposter, identified with the body, drops. When the Pramata, the knower, drops, Pramana drops, Prameya drops, all that is there, Swayam Jyoti Atma, and in this sense, Atma alone happens to be The final pramana makes us aware of Swarupa, which of course, as the penultimate stage, one step below Vedanta Pramana came and pointed out, this is your Swarupa. And that vritti, akhandaka vritti, itself drops. All that remains is Swayam Jyoti, Swaprakasha Atma. Of course, some subtle samskaras of antakarana, because knowledge has to take place in antakarana only. And this person is still alive. The body is there. The link with the body is there. So therefore, that antakarana, which is so tuned for practical purpose, that antakarana, that mind is vyapararahita, free from its functions, hitherto functions. But lingering link samskara need to be there. And what gets revealed is our Swarupa in its own glory. So, to show this, he starts, we have seen up to Karika 95. So please read Karika 95.
अजे साम्ये तु ये केचिद् भविष्यन्ति सुनिश्चिताः ते हि लोके महाज्ञानाः तच्च लोको न गाहते.
We have seen Bhasya also, except the last quotation from Mahabharata. What is told here is, those who have got this direct knowledge of Atma Swarupa, Brahma Swarupa, that is, those who are Aje Same Sunishchitaha, whose mind has ascertained directly the Aja, unbornness, Nitya, Samaswarupa, Avikriya, Atma, Brahma. And therefore they are who? Mahajnanaha, great jnanis. He says, what they have discovered is not possible for a common man to know. It needs the discipline of the mind with proper Atma Anatma Vichara. See, what they know is something beyond the grasp of all other ignorant people, ajnanis, lay people, unless they also take to proper inquiry with the required trained mind, prepared mind, wherein they also can discover the same truth. So how that Vastu, the ultimate divinity principle, is beyond the grasp of a common person who has not prepared oneself like this jnani, is further corroborated by citing a shloka from Mahabharata Shanti Parva. Sarvabhutatma bhutasya sarvabhutahitasya cha deva api marge muhyanti apadasya padaishinaha shakuninamivakashe gatir naivopalabhyate ityadi smarana. ityadi, etc. Smarana, not remembrance here. From such quotations, verses, statements cited in Smriti. So Mahabharata falls in the category of Smriti, like Ramayana, Bhagavad Gita, which appears in Mahabharata, also in the category of Smriti, in contrast to Upanishad, which are from Shruti. So this is what is told in Mahabharata. The Shanti Parva, chapter 239, verse 23 and 24. Of course, these references may differ depending on whether the edition of Mahabharata is South Indian edition or North Indian edition. There are certain different shlokas more in one edition. So he says, in the case of this such a person, with that person, Sarva Bhutatma Bhutasya. What is Sarva Bhutatma Bhutasya? Sarvesham Bhutana, of all beings, beginning from Brahmadistambha Paryantam, beginning from Hiranyagarbha up to any insignificant creature of all these, the one who is Atma, Atma in the sense, one who is the real nature, the Adhisthana, that is the Paramartha Swarupa, the ultimate reality, the I in all these, from Hiranyagarbha up to any insignificant creature. The one who is so means the one who has discovered me to be Chaitanya, free from all upadhis, and this me Chaitanya is the basis, the Sakshi in all beings from Hiranyagarbha to Stambha. That is me means he is the Adhisthana, basis of all beings. So Sarva Bhutatma Bhutasya. Same time he is Sarva Bhutya Bhuta Hitasya cha. In all beings, being the one entity, one and the same entity, without the aid of any upadhis, being the Parapremaspada, the locus of limitless love, and therefore what? Being of the nature of Paramananda, Sarva Bhuta Hitasya, one who is beneficial, one who is the very Ananda Swarupa in and through all of such entity. Devaha api marge muhyanti. Devaha api, even devatas, even deities. Why they are told? Certainly the embodiments wielded by devatas are superior to those of humans, except the human embodiment has got the prerogative of buddhi, which only can gain Atma Jnana, Brahma Jnana. The general denizens of heaven do not have this, except, of course, that capacity is there in the certain presiding deities, Adhisthana Devatas. The Deva happy, even these heavenly denizens, which we otherwise have got superior powers, which otherwise have got superior happiness, born of sense enjoyment, and yet, compared to human, and yet, Devapi, Marge, Marga literally means on the path, in the sense, the Paramartha Tattva, known by such jnanis, Vidita Paramartha Tattve, Marge means, or the root means, with respect to the ultimate reality that this jnana is known, he says, Muhyanti, get deluded. They are nowhere near gaining this knowledge unless, of course, they take to proper means. And these people are no better than apadasya padaishinaha. Apadasya refers to vidushaha, jnaninaha. Apadasya means jnani, being Chaitanya Sarupa, has no body. And because he has no body, he has no feet, no pada. These people are trying to find out the footsteps of these jnanis who are free from embodiment. Means it is a task next to impossible for all these people unless they take to the proper means as guided by the Vedanta Shastra. You may say, why are you so partial about Vedanta Shastra? Because that is the only Shastra on this earth, not only on this earth, in the entire cosmos, which can reveal our Swarup. All other Shastras, what they do? If you are available, they will prepare your mind. They will tune your mind in such a way that you will be able to discover yourself. But they don't unfold it. They don't conduct that inquiry. So Vedanta Shastra, whether it is Shruti or Smriti, the Upanishads or Bhagavad Gita, etc., including Bhagavata, maybe Bhakti is highlighted as a means, but finally it is that speaks of the ultimate truth only. So Apadasya means those who have no body, therefore no feet, therefore no footsteps, and these people are on the embarking on the project of finding their footsteps. Impossible. For which an illustration is given. Shakuni naam eva akashe. For such people, like the Shakuni. Shakuni means bird, not Shakuni mama. Like the akashe in the space, the birds fly. But is it possible for anyone to find out the footprints of these birds? Gatihi naivopalabhyate. Gati means that gamana kriya, flying in terms of the footprints, is not possible to find out. So happens to be the vastu, the ultimate reality, discovered by this jnani as far as all ajnanis are concerned. That means proper inquiry with the thorough preparation of the mind is necessary to gain this knowledge. So now, in 95 Karika, Tehi loke mahajnana, the great jnani was told. Say that how they are mahajnana, how is their knowledge is so great, that is being now explained. The Prastavana Bhasya, Katham Tesham Mahajnanavatvam iti ataha ah. Iti ataha ah. Tesham, of those people, who are they in 95? That is, Ajay Same Sunishita. That was the phrase used there. Those are well ascertained. The Aja, Anvar, Nitya, Samaswarupa, Avikriya Swarupa, not changing Satya Swarupa, Atma, Brahma, and whose mind is absorbed in that. Of those, they are people, Mahajnana also, the great jnanis. How is it so? How do you say that they are great jnanis because their knowledge is so great? How do you say so? Iti ataha. If that is a doubt, therefore this is what is being told in the next Karika. Please read Karika 96.
अजेष्वजमसङ्क्रान्तम् धर्मेषु ज्ञानमिष्यते यतो न क्रमते ज्ञानम् असङ्गम् तेन कीर्तितम्
Ajeshu dharmeshu ajam asankrantam jnanam ishyate yataha jnanam na kramate tena asangam kirtitam. Tena asangam kirtitam. Ajeshu dharmeshu. We have seen earlier in some karika, this word dharma is used for the jivas. In the case of aja, unborn, nitya jivas, means in the jivas, in the case of jivas who swarupata, in their real nature, are totally free from janma, marana, sukha, dukkha, adi vikriyas, who in their real nature are free from all these changes, such as birth, death, joy, sorrow, and all this. In the case of the jivas, ajam asankrantam jnanam ishyate. Ishyate, consider, angikriyate, accepted in the Shastra and by this jnanis also. What is accepted? Ajam. Ajam means here unborn in the sense avikriya, kutastham, always the changeless, without any change in it. At the same time, the very basis of all changing creation. Ajeshu, ajam, kutastha, non-changing, asankrantam. Asankrantam means that which is not connected to any entity other than itself. Truly, there are no entities other than itself. And yet, because of adhyasa, superimposition between Atma, Atma and Anatma, it appears as though there are Anatma or there is Anatma Jagat. Whereas this Jiva in reality is what? Asankrantam, asamsprishtam, not at all connected to any entity other than itself. So, asankrantam, jnanam. Here, jnana stands for Nepti Swarupa, Brahma Swarupam. The true nature of Brahma, which is knowledge and knowledge principle alone. Brahma Swarup, Ishyati. That is what is accepted by or considered to be present by the Shruti and also the Jnani who have discovered this truth. And he says, and because of reason, that is that itself is a great knowledge. Yataha Jnanam. This, because this knowledge, what knowledge? The Brahma Swarupa, which is the very knowledge principle, the Nepti Swarupa. Yataha na sankramati, doesn't get connected to anything other than itself, because it is asanga. And therefore, tena, because of that reason, asangam kirtitam, that knowledge principle Brahma Swarupa is said to be what? Asangam, totally unconnected, totally independent of, totally free from all the features of the so-called other things, anatma, which truly are not there, but experientially do appear to be there. So that being the case, therefore, it is asangam kirtam. This knowledge is said to be asanga, unconnected. That's why it is a great knowledge. Any connection means it takes to itself the features of what is connected in terms of adhyasa. This is free from all adhyasa, even during the period jiva, because of its ignorance, mistakes oneself to be the dukhi samsari. Even at that time, this jnanam, Brahma Swarupa, Jnapti, the knowledge principle, is what? Asanga. It is in its own Swarupa. Sve Mahimni. It is in its own glory, free from samsara. Paramanta Swarupa, Nitya Swarupa. Tena Kirtitam, so it is said. Therefore, it is the highest knowledge. Now let us see the Bhashya. Ajeshu dharmeshu is being commented. Ajeshu. What do you mean by ajeshu? The meaning is given as anutpanneshu. In those things, entities which are unborn, which are not born, anutpanneshu. Its further meaning is given as achaleshu. Literal achaleshu means what? Non-moving, stationary, in the sense those which are Vishaya Samsargi. The jivas truly in their real nature is what? Are totally unconnected to Vishayas, including embodiment, bodies. So Achaleshu in that Dharmeshu, in all jivas who are in reality never born and never connected to any Vishayas, including their embodiment. Dharmeshu means Atmasu. In Atma, here refers to Jivas, Jiveshu. Ajam, Achalam, Jnanam, Ikshate. Ajam means what? Anutpannam, not born, ever existent. Achalam, we have seen, which is that is not connected to any Vishayas. Jnanam, the Brahma Sarupa. Ishyate, accepted means is considered to be its nature. In short, all jivas, by their very nature or the Brahma Swarupa, totally unconnected to Adhyastha Prapancha and therefore totally free from the features of Adhyastha Prapancha, the creation that is superimposed on it. Also, Bhashyakara gives an illustration. Savitari Savitari Prakashascha. Anvaya like this. Savitari Aushnyam Prakashascha Iva. Savitariva. Just as in the sun, Surya, the Aushnyam, the heat, Prakashascha, and the light is what? Iva, like that means just as the heat and light are just natural to the sun, so also to each and every jiva is that its nature, Brahma Swarupa, totally unconnected to Prapancha and Prapancha gunas, features. It just natural means it is Swarupa. This being so, yataha is that karika. This being so, tasmat. Yata means yasmat, because of this reason. What is that? Jiva being identical with Brahma Swarupa, Jnapti Swarupa. So tasmat, asankrantam arthantare. Arthantare asankrantam jnanam ajam ishyate. Therefore, what is accepted, considered to be the truth, is what? That jnana, Brahma Sarupa, which is arthantare, anya vishayeshu, in the entities other than oneself, Atma Chaitanya, asankrantam, not at all connected, totally free from all entities with their features other than Atma Sarupa, Brahma Sarupa. Jnanam ishyate. The jnana, the Brahma Sarupa, with the Sarupa of all Jiva, is only the knowledge principle, unconnected to anything and everything that is erroneously superimposed on it. And therefore, yasma nakramate arthantari jnanam tena karanena asangam tatkirtitam akashakalpam iti uktam. So because of the reason, what is the reason? That jnana, keep in mind, jnana Brahma Swarupa, which is Jiva Swarupa. So jnanam arthantare na kramate, doesn't get connected to anything other than oneself, the adhyastha, erroneously adhyastha jagat, superimposed into jagat by mistake. Tena karanena, tena, because of that reason, that jnana, that Brahma Sarupa, asangam tatkirtitam. It is said to be described as what? Asanga, totally unconnected to the samsara, totally unconnected to the superimposed jagat, kirtam. How? It is just like, how it is asanga, how it is unconnected. Just the space is everywhere, not only everywhere, everything is in it. Yet it is aloof, it is unconnected to what it accommodates. Akasha, that which accommodates. But that Akasha space is totally free from features of all that it accommodates. So therefore it says, Akasha Kalpam. Kalpam means Tulyam. What is that tat? What is that? That Jnana Brahma Sarupa. It is like the space, unconnected to all that is accommodated in it. So also, this Jnana Brahma Sarupa, though it is the very basis in terms of ease, sat, knowledge, chit, ananda, yet unconnected to anything that it accommodates, the superimposed jagat. Therefore, this knowledge is something which is great, Mahajnanam. So, the Jnana, Brahma Swarupa, that is Brahma, is Kutastha, non-changing, and it is unconnected to all that is superimposed, having told the fact or the truth in the Swarup of Atma Brahma as per Vedanta. In other schools of thoughts, who do accept other objects in reality, thereby what happens? This jnana, Brahma Swarupa, according to them, gets parichinna, gets limited on account of the so-called other things real according to them. As a result, that Brahma has to get connected with the so-called other things held as real by these people. So thereby what happens? Asangatva of Brahma goes. Asangatva Brahma goes means it becomes limited parichinna. Parichinna means gets connected to all these things. Takes into itself the all so-called samsara, sukha dukkhas, features of Jagat as its own. Brahma happens to be what? No more asanga, no more free from all these features. It becomes as though, due to the ignorance, endowed with all these features. Therefore, even if you accept even a little entity other than Atma, say, in the case of such aviveki people, that asangata goes. Asangata goes. And therefore what happens? That for them, bandha nasha also is not possible. For them, moksha also becomes impossible because they take this anatma to be real. Please read Karika 97.
अणुमात्रेऽपि वैधर्म्ये जायमाने विपश्चितः असङ्गता सदा नास्ति किमुतावरणच्युतिः
अनुमात्रे अपि वैधर्मे जायमाने अविपश्चितः असंगता सदा नास्ति किमुत एड वक्तव्यम आवरणच्युति एड अपि नास्ति इति आवरणच्युतिः अपि नास्ति इति says if this is held as true, what is that? Anumatrepi, little, not much, Jiva Ishvara difference, bas kaam ho gaya, end of it. Even a little difference, Vaidharmya. Vaidharmya means entities distinct from Atma, Anatma. Jayamane, if it is really born, in the case of who? Avipashitaha, avivekis. There are no discrimination. Viveka is not there. If, as told by avivekis, if you accept their concept that even a little duality, entity other than Atma is born, says, asangata sada nasti. because that is forever in their case, asangata, that unconnectedness of Brahma, Jnana, Brahma, the so-called anya entities, other entities, can never be there. Why? The very presence of even a little existence of something which is born, that entity limits Brahma. And because it limits Brahma, Sangha, connection becomes inevitable, asangata, that total independence, totally being free from any connection with this is just next to impossible. Number one, asangata is not possible. And he says, what to speak of avarnachuti? Kimu vaktavyam, kaimutikane. When asangata, freedom from connection with anything whatsoever, is not possible, then say, what to speak of? Kaimotikanya. What is that? Avarana chuti api nasti. Avarana, veiling, stands for bandha, bondage. Chuti, fall means nasha. The destruction of bondage also is not possible. Why? The bandha, in terms of this anumatra vaidharmya, which is born, is there. Parichinnata is there because they are born, they are real as real according to them, as real as Brahma. So therefore, Dvaita is taken as true. True means always there. And when always there, Brahma and this is very limited by each other. And that means the case, this state of bondage also will not end. Its destruction is just not possible to them. Let us see the Bhasya. Avarnachuti means bandhanasha. Bhasya. Itaha अन्येषां वादिनां अनुमात्रे अल्पे अपि वैधर्मे वस्तुनि बहिः अन्तः वा जायमाने उत्पद्यमाने अविपश्चितः अविवेकिनः असंगता असंगत्वं सदा नास्ति किमुत वक्तव्यम् आवरणच्युतिः बंधनाशः नास्ति इति इतः अन्येषाम्. In the case of those people different from these, who are these itaha? Other than Advaita Jnanis. In the case of those vadis, argumentators, those people who follow other schools of thought, other than Advaita Jnani, in whose case Anumatre alpe api vaidharme vastuni jayamane. In whose case this is born. What is born? Anumatra means what? Alpe api, even a little, not much creation, a little. Vaidharme. Vaidharme means entities distinct from Atma. Vidharma. Vidharma of different nature. Entities distinct from Atma, Anatma. Vastuni jayamani. When entities are born, that vastu entities are further described by Bhashyakara as Bahihi Antaha va jayamani. Entities other than Atma, born outside or inside. Outside in the sense of all external world objects. Inside, in terms of sukha, dukkha, kama, krodha, moha, mada, matsara, the features of antakarna, inside, and outside is the entire external world, other outside the body. Jayamane, utpadyamane, if it is born, in whose case? Avipashchita. Who is that avipashchit? Avivekina. In the case of those who lack discrimination, for them, asangata, asangatvam, this jnana, the Brahma Swarupa being totally unconnected, sadanasti, is never possible, never it is there, because that very presence of an entity other than Atma will cast parichindana, limitations, and they will get connected to what will happen. Features will be connected to. So therefore, sadanasti. When asangata nasti says, what to speak of? Kimu vaktavyam? What to speak of? Avaranachuti bandhanasha api nasti. The destruction of bondage, avaranachuti means bandhanasha. Because duality, jnana, Brahma Sarupa, Atma is always connected to these dualities. So therefore, moksha also is not possible for them. See how words by themselves can bring limitations. For them, bandhanasha is not there. Who are they? Other than Vedantis. Acha, that means, my dear sir, you have accepted bondage in the case of Vedanta. You are telling, for them, bandhanasha is not there, avaranachuti is not there. Which means, according to you, avarana, veiling in the sense bondage, bandha, is there and they are not able to get it out. Means you accept the bandha, you also the same boat now. Dvaita, Brahma and bondage. Little Anumata. No, sir. We have to use this word because you are in ignorance. What can I do for that? In reality, that bandha also is not. Will be seen in the next karika. Oh.
ॐ स्वस्ति प्रजाभ्यः परिपालयन्तां न्यायेन मार्गेण महीं महिषाः गोब्राह्मणेभ्यः शुभमस्तु नित्यं लोकाः समस्ताः सुखिनो भवन्तु काले वर्षतु पर्जन्यः पृथिवी सस्यशालिनी देशोऽयं क्षोभरहितः ब्राह्मणाः सन्तु निर्भयाः ॐ सर्वे भवन्तु सुखिनः सर्वे सन्तु निरामयाः सर्वे भद्राणि पश्यन्तु मा कश्चित् दुःखभाग् भवेत् असतो मा सद्गमय तमसो मा ज्योतिर्गमय मृत्योर्मा अमृतं गमय ॐ पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः हरिः ॐ श्रीगुरुभ्यो नमः हरिः ओम्।